state batho ba ke ba ratang thata go gaisa sengwe le sengwe ba e leng gore ke bone ba re gasang mo medieng le lona ba le ratang music hela yalo mma ke la amogeleng batho ba modimo ke re it is an honor to welcome you to the launch of the 14th annual BOMU Music Awards. Tonight is more than an unveiling of another season ya di awards tsa rona. It is a declaration gore tsatsi eno re ntsha ga tshweni la itse gore ne re phositse, and today we are here to answer that we are still relevant as the creative industry. Re tsile go araba tsone di pillars tse goromento a rona nna bua ka tsone tse ileng gore ra ditse hela ba rotlhe ha gore go na le dio tse dintsi tse ileng gore gantsi ha go buiwa ka the creative industry ka bophara hela go a lebalesega gore re industry e botlhokwa mme re dirisa tsone dio tse di tshwana le bo di-awards tse ba ga rona tse gore re samentelle the importance ya the creative industry. Ga le ntse le reeditsela go ntse go buiwa hela le hatse ka bophara kgang tsa bo ga gona madi ga gona eng mme di tsamaelana le dikgang tse dingwe tse di tshwanang le bo economic diversification. Rona we form part of economic diversification ka gore post diamonds rona re tla be re le teng, so culture and heritage will always be there, and music is culture ka bo bona. Again, we are here to answer those things. Or we are a relevant industry. Mo GDP ya lehatshe re latlhela seng because we create a lot of employment. Rona ka re ntse ya digital transformation. We are at the heart of digital transformation. Dia awards tsa rona ka le bona di ntse yana gona ana already ya ka re ntse yana la bona maranyane ke ya setse re tsamaela khakala re setse re le mo teng ga tiro ya rona ya di BOMU Awards. Re setse ile gore ra supa gore re le ka go lwantshana le dikgantsone tsa bo youth employment ke banana la ba bona re batla gore di musicians tsa lehatshe la Botswana or the creatives tsa lehatshe la Botswana di tsetsia ka dio di tshwana le tsone tsa bo di BOMU Awards go di tsenelela le gore from there they must go on out there and exercise how they run their music, so go lo jang ba o dire as a business ba ska ba o direla ile passion, because if we do things re ke passion we are teaching the government gore nya go mo re itlosa bodutu ka gone, and yet we must take this thing serious. Re bone gore di awards tsa rona tse le tse dingwe hela tse di tlang di supa gore tota this creative industry ya rona re itsatsi mo go yone ya youth and youth employment ya ka le bona re ntsana go na le di graphics ke tsela di bona tse monana mongwe o dirile this beautiful thing, yo mongwe o setile, yo mongwe ke o le hale wa re caterela, yo mongwe wa streamer wa reng. We are really showing gore we are an industry e gore e tshwantse gore e tsewetsia. We have our footprint right there mo gore le rona re industry le tshwantseng gore e lemogiwe hela thata. Tota ne ke sa batle go diega thata ba ga rona ne ke re ke itsetse tsone dintlha tseo gore re tlhaloganye gore ya ka re le hayana re semeletse. We are here and we are going to make this event memorable. E tla ra go ntse go tsamaya go tla nna ntse go latela dilo tse di re isang go di awards stage by stage. So ka ona mahoko a kalo ba ga rona you are welcome le go lesege le itse gore ya ka le hayana you have set the tone ya gore di BOMU Awards tsa gompieno di a kae ka theme yone ya rona ya beyond music. Thank you.
Thank you so much to our president, or should I say our acting president, to be more formal. This launch marks the beginning of our awards journey. So, you know, the unity from here behind the BOMU Awards is very large. We have different sectors, you know, different artist calibers right here. I see Tuto Rantau, hi. You see, I see Scavenger at the back right there. What's up, what's up, what's up? You know, and I see G Fuego. We bring a different flavor. You know, artists from every caliber. These are musicians from R&B to hip hop to every genre that you can think of. So this is what we're meant to unite the Botswana musicians under one roof. So thank you so much for attending this show, guys. Give your hands a round of applause. I'm not a professional program director, so bear with me. May we please have the keynote address from the DD manager for Cosbot, Re Matlapeng.
Amen. A very good evening, everyone. Ke simolle pele ke lemoge President, our acting BOMU President, Re Papi Rakudu, Secretary General Re Rasina, balaledi ba ba hano ka go harlogana ba bagolo le ba botlhe botsadi, ladies and gentlemen, ke a le dumedisa ka leina le legolo la Kgosi Jesu. Tsenya modimo mo teng. Botsadi, as today we're here to celebrate 14th annual award of the BOMU Music. On this day, BOMU proclaims it. Of course, ke matshwanedi gore go nne jalo, and matshwanedi so that we gather not only to celebrate our music, but rather to celebrate the economy that is brought through our music, the power it has in context of the creatives. Music itself, it is beyond. It is more than communication. It is more than identity. It is culture, our heritage as well. It's knowledge as it has been passed through from bagolo ba rona bogologolong up until today. It's transformation from old days playing with the guitar, the hankure, up until today's digital world. It is very much important to think it beyond as is. Music is a very big asset to the nation, to yourself, to the creatives, to everyone around. Think it this way. You, as the creatives, as the non-creatives, and from all angles, all aspects of life, when you listen to music, it heals you. When you create music, it heals you. It keeps you surviving. Kore wa tshela o bereka ka yone wa go berekela. Those days ne re itse gore music no go to wa bo ilo ko ditonko feleng le ilo go what you call, they regarded it as playing other than an asset that brings economy or financials into your survival. Across Botswana and the continent and the world itself, music carries stories. It carries along with the proverbs which were created then, along the folk music that we do, the folk music that was created, creatives, is very much expressive and very much unique. Hence, the Botswana music is different from South African music, from Angola music, from UK music, and anywhere in the world. It is different. Yes, we have noticed, realized, and grown and identified that music has brought and generated wealth to ourselves. It creates employment and drives the sustainability in the development of our being. Hence, we said, let's monetize our music. Monetizing music begins with the recognition of what we do at Cosbots, what you create, what we call intellectual property. When an author writes lyrics, when a composer produces sounds and formulate beats, that is an asset that you should realize, identify, and know that it is your intellectual property in the creatives. Basically, this is where we get into, interact as Cosbots. Copyright Society of Botswana plays a critical role by ensuring that creators are licensed, being the users, are licensed through the creative usage, and the works of the creators are protected and monetized. We convert creativity into income and into sustaining the creatives by empowering what they have created to be developed and be created more. Monetizing can come in context of many forms. Hence, I noted the actual ones. But even more, if you are not the creative, we can be the publisher. Publishing is formulated, or I would say creates jobs for the publishers. Hence, I've stated producing creates jobs for those that works in the studios, for those that today know how to deal with the digital world, digital processes in the industry. Licensing music and performing in the events. There, at the events, we have employed many creatives or people under the creatives. Each of this represents economic participation in our nation. However, Visibly so these days, digital world or digital platform has shown how easy and how very much we can leverage out of by utilizing the digital through, I would say, TikTok, and all the social platforms that we utilize. Your music is heard there. That is the other place where you can tap in your economic benefit from. Monetizing music is not only about an individual creator. It is about community as well. Empowering creativity, empowering community. Music is based in the content generation through an income. Yes, I have stated, and I still state, authors receive royalties, composers receive royalties, translators, editors as well, gain empowerment from your creatives. They quote you when they write. They give examples when they do their stories. Through you, the creators, you deserve to be celebrated. You deserve to be noticed throughout, not just only through the awards, but your awards goes all the way by showing that indeed you as the creatives have the wealth to yourselves. So invest into your creatives. Let your creative strengthen the world, the people, and also protect always. Ensure that you protect your intellectual property. Learn more, understand more, ensure that you register with Cosbots to earn your royalties. They are your assets. And for you to leverage out of your creatives, you need to know each and every penny or corner of your asset. You can utilize it in several ways for you to earn. I've once said, there are tomorrow's diamond, but I'm saying, here it is today's diamond. So let's leverage on the opportunity. We at Cosbots, I still state, we empower creativity. And beyond music, we can leverage more. So for today, I really declare for the day to be launched. Thank you.
Never had a reason to talk to you. Never had a reason to talk to you.
1, 2. All right. Thank you so much, sir. So thank you so much. That's Cosbots right there, guys, ladies and gentlemen. Some of you guys le duet to be on so ke tonna ke le checka ke le thula ho le ka nthusa ka transportation to go back home. Yes. Thank you so much for the inspiring keynote of address, sir. Can we start with the legend himself, the big man, Mr. Seabelo Modibe, with the overview of the 14th Music Awards?
Never had a reason to talk to you. Just did, yeah. I ain't never had a crush on you.
So, good evening, everyone. I want to first start by what can I say? Okay, for the first time since we started the awards, in the room we've got all the former founding presidents in one room. I think it means we are doing something right. That's why they finally came to grace the event. I want to first start with Reta Olomoshaga, Pempere Tlepeto, Mr. Alfred Musimane Gape, and one of the former Vice President, Mr. Utsile Ramor. It's very important to acknowledge their presence, because without them, there will be no BOMU. Without them, there will be no BOMU Awards. But one of the things that I want to share with people is that being an organizer of the BOMU Awards, it's not an easy thing. You must know that your name will be soiled, your reputation will be dragged, people will write about you. But for someone who has spent 25 years in the industry and has always been a newspaper, writing about them on Twitter or on Facebook or anywhere, it means very, very little to them, as long as it's not true. But it means a lot if it's true. And I want to thank the media for continuously writing what is true about us. I think we can all acknowledge that over the past 3 years, artists are more educated about the BOMU Awards than before. That is why the BOMU Awards remain, while most of the awards events have collapsed. I think you must give them a round of applause. I want to also take this opportunity to congratulate the artists. Many people, they always say, big artists never enter the BOMU Awards. And I laugh because you always see Hensi going on stage. You see Chokoma, you see Kabelo Tiro, you see everyone that you can think of. Maybe people should say, the artists that we were expecting never win. But getting back to why we are here to launch this year's BOMU Awards, which will happen end of May, which we are staging with the support of the broadcaster, which is BTV, RB2 and RB1, who have acquired the rights and the broadcast rights of the BOMU Awards. And that has been the status quo for the past 3 years. And they've put significant investment. That is why we remain, I don't know, the only awards show in the country. Maybe there are others, but we believe we are the only awards show in the country. When we got into the BOMU Awards 3 years ago, many people ruled us out because there were other awards events that were happening. We have changed the landscape of staging awards, even staging events, whether it's a gala dinner or whatever, in terms of production, in terms of staging, in terms of the quality of performance, in terms of the preparations that go into it. However, as BOMU and the music industry, we need to change how we do things. We can't keep on doing things the old school way and keep old bad traditions. The first thing that we need to do is to unify the industry, unify the artists, unify the promoters. Also bring government close to the industry so that government does not move far away from us. We need to change our funding structure for the BOMU Awards so that we don't over-rely on government. But many of you must understand, it will always be difficult to stage the BOMU Awards without government because there is no tax rebate or tax incentive for funding creative or sponsoring creative industry events or activities as compared to sports. Because in sports, that is there, it's in the law. So I believe BOMU and BEPA must stand up and must prove why they must exist by lobbying for the change of these laws or for the amendment of this law to include the creative sector, just like in other countries. I see we've got councillors that I did not acknowledge. Mayor Tuna is here. I saw Katlego walk in. Also hosting the awards in the city. The Gaborone City Council must prove why we must stage the awards in Gaborone, not in Pique, not in Francistown, everywhere else. Like you see with the metros, they were in Mpumalanga, they are now in Durban. Many say, Canada Awards, because many don't know the economic impact of the awards when they happen. They will say, what I can tell you is that the 1,000 people sitting inside the awards every year, they are wearing a new suit, they are wearing a new dress, they've got a wig, they've got new makeup, they've got new shoes. So the budget of attire alone for the BOMU Awards on a bare minimum is 1.5. To others, it goes to even about 10,000. And I can tell you, just on that particular aspect, 2.5 million goes to the fashion designers, the hairdressers, and so on and so forth, which actually is not the money that is directly involved. If we could do, we can do calculations, you would see how it goes. We have to make sure that the awards themselves reward the artists. When we started the BOMU Awards, nobody was getting paid, right? But we took a very conscious decision that instead of giving money to the winner, we will make sure that the nominee gets something as well. Because without the nominee, you don't have a winner. Many people, they say, mar BOMU Award, motho o tsaya 5,000 pula. Or BOMU Award nominees are 2.5. But multiply all the categories and multiply all the winners, you will see that the total amount that goes to the artist is close to 700,000 in prize money. But if we are going to give you 20,000 or 10,000 to the 40 people, it will only be 400,000 going to the artists. So what do you do? In terms of prize money, I can confidently tell you that when talks with Cosbos for this year, for the top 6 categories, we are debating the modality. They want to put in the system in there as the ultimate. I'm saying no. Because some people, radio doesn't play them for their own reasons. So if you're using radio only, if I'm talented and I won't make a cut there? So we need to have what is called the balance of power in every decision we take. Yeah, Song of the Year, we can use radio and social media because they also collect royalties there. But hey, to be a best female artist or a best male artist, I don't think radio only should be the ingredient that actually nominates a person. I personally have, as the leader of the awards, I've made a lot of enemies because I've made sure that those that work the awards, they get rewarded. What do I mean? We've got voting categories. There are artists that don't play when it comes to voting. They go around, they create WhatsApp groups, they tell people who rumele ma 5 pula airtime, they vote. You will see the votes pattern every Friday. You ask them what was happening here. He says, no, every Friday it's airtime. They've got a phone that they vote with. And we have not said that Kaur Scavenger win last year, kana Mwazi kana Hensi, more this voting category. No. We give you the award because you put in the time. Because we are not in a business of as organizers, we're not in the business of being popular. The artists must become popular, not us. So this year, top 6 will change the structure, but just a bit. We have included a new category, best viral song, or the most viral song category. What does it mean? It means as an artist, you must stay on socials. You must push the song on the streets. It must be all over the place. It does not have to be on the mainstream media. I'll give you a typical example. Ka hate monna mogolo wa thulaganyo. Very popular artist on socials. Very popular on everywhere else. Tsala me so pinda. Very popular everywhere. But because when entries are made, the judges, they listen to the music. They listen to what they believe has been produced properly. Again, when categories are made and people go to top 6, obviously if he doesn't make it at this category, he won't make it in the top 6. But because he sometimes drops a bomb on social media, what do? There was a song Fondo Fire brought 2 years ago, or 3 years ago, saying, no, this song was big, it should have been nominated. I think what takes a bomb or something like that. And I played it and I realized I've heard this song somewhere. One of the most viral songs. It never made it. But you go to South Africa, this category is there. You go everywhere, there's this category, sponsored by both TikTok and other things. So this is what we are going to do. Another challenge that we are faced by Rona, Botswana, ke gore e ka re government le rona re le creatives, we are working apart. The industry is changing, the laws are becoming irrelevant. That is why I've said BOMU and BEPA, they must take their rightful place to advise government. Let me tell you what is happening now. The Copyright Act of Botswana is becoming very, very absolute. One, in the past, release a hologram or CD. It still says that up to now. The CD era has long left 10 years ago. Many artists can't submit their music or radio. They can't do anything because CD. But I don't go to CD direction thing anymore. These things, they discourage young people. Somebody comes all the way from Kansi to try and submit his music. They say, Rebata hologram. Everything is digitized. Number 2, are you guys aware that the Copyright Act of Botswana says that copyright ownership of a person is the life plus 50 years. Now, are you aware that 2 or 3 years ago, all KT Mozart songs, composition, choral composition, they went into public domain because 50 years elapsed. Something is about to happen, something bigger than that, because of these delays. In 2 months' time, 2 months, Rajesh Thakur's songs, all of them, will go into public domain. But this means government needs to listen when we talk to them and say, look at this thing. Are you guys aware if this works by Rajesh Thakur go into public domain, what will happen? Not only that, you take Shelley, I think it's got only 3 or 4 songs. I think it's 6, 7 years with him. Down the line, you go into public domain. That means that Cosmos does not pay those people. Those songs now, they are copyright controlled. If they are a trust, maybe the songs are in a trust, they can be paid for the composition, but they can't be paid for the publishing because the publishing now is for people. And now because those people, they recorded, it was not a record company, master ownership is nowhere to be found. So, another last thing that I had thought that or the second last one, that I thought that our organization will look at, tse di affectang di awa tse gape, is the fluidity in the laws in the country. Le kgona go tsoga phakela bele utlwa gote molao o tšhentšhile go iragalas. When you look at the nighttime economy, there's many players there. There is the restaurants, there's the transporters, there's many people. There's us, the festivals, the bars, and everything. But the Department of Trade decided that they're going to amend that schedule, allow the bars to operate in the nighttime economy up to 6 o'clock. One question that I always ask is, what are they fixing there? Now we have a situation where we are doing an event, the artists are supposed to go out to promote their albums during Easter's. The promoters are not staging events because they feel that they've been threatened by the bars, they will take the customers away. These things, we need to sit down. Government and us, we need to work together. We need to have faith in each other, build the country together. The government will not be successful without the people. One artist used to say, it's not about you, it's not about me, it's all about the people. So, but when it comes to the BOMUs this year, we will stage them end of May. We will try to work very hard to find new partners. We will produce even a bigger production than before. That will take the artists and put them in a different light. But most importantly, what we need as an industry, not only ourselves as the organizers of the BOMU, we need the support of our people, starting with government. We need our government to try and give us a ear, sit with us down, listen to where we come from, so that we can exchange ideas, have a little bit of faith in each other. Let's not grow apart. We must differ to agree. When we differ, we must meet in a middle point. So, but the critical thing is, BOMU must stand up and prove why it must exist. The presidents are here. They will tell you during the Copyright Act. The festival didn't take place. They are here. Why they formed BOMU? I guess as the current leadership, when they are sitting there, they want to impose our but also this caused the artists to participate in their careers, in their business, in their industry. This Copyright Act, it will take them out of business if it continues the way that it is. It will completely take. Also, it won't help Cosmos. If I can tell you right now, Cosmos is failing to do certain things because the Copyright Act tells them that how is a CD go Cosmos? How is a Pina go Cosmos? It's not really CD, almost CD. What makes it worse is that Sipa Long wrote a letter to Department of Broadcasting Services to say, how much is a music video can a CD ha? Hologram. They have not repealed that letter. That letter is more than 15 years old. So we find ourselves, comrades, in a very, very, very unusual corner. But we must not despair. We must be encouraged. We must be motivated. We must work with the current government. We must show them the way, show them what to do, advise them well. Lastly, I want to recognize my brother and a newly appointed member of the board of the National Arts Council, DVD, David Abraham. You can stand up, leader. We are from far. We are from very far. DVD once organized this BOMU Awards at one point. We are from very, very far building this thing. And we can't afford to fail now. But while I came here to launch the BOMU Awards, I wanted to come here and give a rallying call to the artists, to those that are in leadership like DVD, to tell DVD to say, man, you have gone to Arts Council at a point where our people have got very high expectations. Not high expectation of money, high expectation that their lives will change. And the lives of the artists can only change if we put the right programs in place, the right policies in place. I can tell you now and advise you as a brother, you can never develop the arts through a grant system. Where you are putting this thing where you are saying people must apply for money, you can't. You need to develop programs. You need to develop policies. You need to develop plans that can take artists outside. So Binda always says that, get the music wa Botswana ka o isa South Africa. O ka nna tse, comrade. So I was saying, I was giving an example. Yeah, I was giving an example. Or Arts Council must develop programs for the artists so that they can go international. If you look at all industries, the athletes, they are going, they are winning medals. Football teams, they are going, they are playing football, go work have. Everywhere else, but it is only our artists that are not a global thing. It's not that they want to be at that. It's the environment. If the environment puts the ceiling low, you will always operate at that. But we need to raise the ceiling. We need to say, mo ga borona re kra bula bar up to 6 o'clock because re na le night club. Re na le batho ba di festival. Re batla go turn the night club into a gig economy. Because how bulela di bar, you are killing the gig economy. These people, they operate in the nighttime economy. DVD, your job at the National Arts Council, at the first board meeting, is to propose a nighttime economy strategy so that it can advise and guide the council, the parliament, but dire melao ya nya industry ya bosigo. Because the nighttime economy, it's not only about the creative industry. It involves transport, but as the National Arts Council, you must lead it because it's your people who are suffering the most. I still believe, Chuna, as a government officer, I believe that there are many industries that need that type of change, like borders and many other things. But this thing, yadi baradits are not going. It's going to finish these people. The team and everybody, they said, no, Seabelo ka re tsana go bo bua ka dikgantse. Kana tla nna ka re tlhasela government. No. If there's anybody who loves this government, it's me. If there's anybody who loves the president, not more than everybody, it's me. I want him to succeed, but I want him to change the copyright law. I want him to make these artists millionaires, but not by promising them money through the grant. Let's develop proper programs, and not whereby people are in endless cycles of fund 50,000. Let's empower people. Let people be empowered. Have proper policies. Nakele pemperetle. Ke celebrate 35 years. I'm going to shoot my live DVD. Go molapo crossing. Proper programs. Proper cultural export programs. Policies. Proper residencies. Proper cultural exchange programs. Artists, that's what these artists want. They don't want to be here all the time. But the environment does not allow them to grow. It is only the BOMU Awards, then what? So I just think that I'm a very motivated person in terms of development this year. So initially, businessmen and affected. But I've come to realize that, you know what, I need to come out of that shell and advise and give guidance. We have to, Papi, next week, meet with the stakeholders. Little the artist, don't think that Ali Bormola what la rebola, Hora Horhan, Liluan Saupe. Because what la rebola? the album. They have not launched them. Why are you going to launch them when people buy the barring? Because you, as jazz artists, you are affluent. You want to be in proper venues. Let's wish good for our own artists. Let's protect them. Let's advise government to change the laws. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Professor Modibe, for the beautiful, beautiful music business lecture. I'm just playing. Thank you so much. He gave an overview for the 14th anniversary for the Music Awards. May we invite Memarang from National Arts Council. All right, we're going to skip that part. Then go for our call for nominations and have an intro. Modibe, may you please come back on stage for the official opening of nominations and also explain a little bit more there and have a digital countdown to the new branding for the 14th BOMU Awards. Modibe.
Okay, Dumelam. Oh, I thought that the unveiling of the entries and everything will be digitized. So the BOMU Awards nominees entries are open. Tomorrow we'll be dropping the email address, the WhatsApp number which you can enter with. We anticipate to close the entries on the 20th of March. There's going to be a roadshow, not a roadshow, a tour where there will be registration and explanation to various artists, where there'll be small music symposiums to teach the artists on how they can enter. The theme of the awards remains Music Beyond, because we don't have a stronger theme than Music Beyond, because we believe that music is beyond any other industry. Thank you.
Yes. Call for entry for submissions will be live tomorrow. Ladies and gentlemen, this would be the email below here. Unfortunately, I think the podium is a bit on the way of the number. The WhatsApp number will be 76838-434, 76838-434. And the email address for submissions will be entry@bomuawards.co.bw, entry@bomuawards.co.bw. So this will be live on the BOMU Facebook page. You can get all the details relevant to submissions on the BOMU Facebook page and other platforms. And also our media stakeholders will give the information towards them. Thank you. May we please go towards the vote of thanks, which will be done by Dr. Pemperete. He's the BOMU honorary member. Thank you.
Yes, senor, fair. Make it nako e ke le dumedise ka nyale le ntlela ga morena Jesu modimo a le se go hatseng. Ke le mogepele bolenteng ba 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 e leng gore gongwe ba ka tswa le bona ba thusang di-awards gore di nne teng e bong DBS ba emetswe ke mme Betty ke nnake ke mo goditse ko kerekeng jaanong gompieno ke ene o re a mo khubamela gore a ntshe madi go nne di-awards mme le gale re a leboga ka gore o tlhaloganya se e leng gore go buiwa ka sone ke lemoge boleng teng ba bone ke bo ke ba lebogele gore ba na le rona gano ga ba latlhela madi be ba nna ko morago ke boya gape ke lemoge boleng teng ba the founding members tsa Botswana Musicians Union go na le Rre Taolo Moshaga go na le Rre Alfredo Mosimane gape and myself ba e leng gore we started this 2006 e le di-awards tsa ntlha tsa Botswana Musicians Union ga tsena tsa bobedi ka 2007 tse ne re lwa le puso literally fighting ba sa batle motsweding e tla ka kwano yaanong re ne re na le seso se go teng senyong ferese jaanong kana dio tsa modimo ga o ka jwa di kgona irile ga ba ntse ba re lwantsha ba tla sa re tsana ka kwa ra tsa di-permit ra irang e be re ba be re itulela ga ba tlhabiwa ke ditlhong jaanong ke ga the president Festus Mogae a re bitsa jaanong ko State House a re tla le baeng ba lona re tlong go ja dinara mmogo ke gore ke ga le ditlhong hela mo go banne ba le ka go dira tse di ska skin di kgonege a tlola ba ralla senyong fere a isa ne seswa ka le seso ja nyame re leboga thata ka gore e rile ha re sena ona re simolla ha BOMU ga tla batch yone ya bo jaanong ya bo Seabelo le bo Zenzel Hirschfeld bo Masihule bo Fers go tsweng go be banna ba tlhatlologana ke gakologana kwa ke sekisa DVD ke le president I think ke 2000 ha culture spears e tswa ka sane e tla mo anong ba go tlhagotlana ya miki o hara mona ke motho o lebiletse di-festival le semata se go teng Seabelo se nna ne re sa itse ra ya ka nna motho ya lo eneng gore o ka makatsa ditšhaba ka di makatsa ja a kgona go phutha batho se sengwe se o go a teng Masihule le ene o ha teng ke gore you know how tsa BOMU o bo lebella this cream e go ra sengwe hela tshwantse go ra sengwe o na santse a bua ka point e leng gore e botlhokwa thata e leng gore ke ya act Copyright and Neighboring Act ye leng gore ne ra elwela o ha itse gore ne ra go bloka parliamentale ma-parliamentale ile tinyi ra boela mo tebera le tshwantse re dumana le lona gore la go buela la act gore e tsene mo tiriso ka boamaru e ba le gore nyatla ka ona maeme hala re lwala ma-parliament gore ba tlhaloganye gore ke eng act e tshwantse gore e tsene mo tirisong act e be e tsena o na bua ka tlose engwe e leng gore e re ba ka mosing ka 2006 ne re hitla Duncan Senyatso one of the founding members wa Botswana Musicians Union o na le 30 years antse a tlhokahetse go ra gore go setse 20 years e be music wa gagwe anong o nna public jaanong ke sone se re rakhudu it's upon you le BOMU ko re BOMU yaanong yone a go utlwa re go hadika itsa how robust we were kana kwa rona but ga re bone that thing happening right now ke gore lona ha tshwana gore Seabelo a ba re nya puso e ntse hela puso gore e dire ke gore lona le eme ka dinao le go bolela puso gore ano ra court ano ra go holta copyright law go itla le change re tla be re go bitsamaisa se sona gore ba patele sega gore ba change this law because ga ena gore berekela ke release le kunutweleng 1997 hala nka swa gone yana ba simolla go bala
ba simolola go bala ga gona e nyakana go na le bopako go na le bopenyo ke molao wa re anong music wa me o itseelwa ke mongwe le mongwe hela jaanong ke assignment ya gago e ra e leng gore re tla re ga re tswa ga re kope gore re nne le time frame gore le tlabe le phesile leng re bone gore this thing ya diragala a ke utlwane ke bua ka Duncan Senyatso o digala 30 years a ntse a tlhokagetse o se ka 20 years music wa go bo jwa ke manong mme a na le bana a na le jalo jalo mma ke leboge gore le kgonne go tla ka kwano go ne go tile ke tlo go leboga jaanong ke motho wa go ntse ke go na le gore ke bue hela ya ka DVD ya tsene DVD wa itse gore re tlhokana le kwa arts council. We fought for this arts council but it's doing nothing for us, nothing, literally nothing. Jaanong re dumela gore ka wena o itse gore re tlhokana leng in this industry o tla le ka go gakolla batho gore go tlhokana le gore go iragaleng ga re lebile industry ya rona go re leboga modimo gore le ntsenyala tsenano le tla kgona gore le supegetse batho gore re tlhokana leng ke eng ga re tshwantse gore music industry o tsele go godimo e bile gape o ready gore o tlhokana leng jaanong ra go leboga Medithuri le ba bangwe ba ileng gore gongwe ba ka kwano ke komiti ya BOMU le ba kileng ba serva mo komiting ya BOMU ba ileng gore ba ka kwano se bui segolo go tswa go Cosbots yo na le nela bonyenyane bikie ke tsa di artist bontsi ba tsona ba ruma ka bile re hare o tla kopa madi a se pagamo ga ke tsore ena o kopa madi a se pagamo a tswa ka ya kae o biditswe ke mang sa mme a re o tlo gore ga telenetswe sengwenyana yaanong o tla itebaganya le lona mme ke motsamaisa tiro o montle thata o ikaile a tsena gore le se ka la tlogala puo ya gompieno ga te go na le go jaja le se ka la tlogala mojaja a rene ke MC o sa ntseng a ithuta mme go lebega a tla tla sentle monna go lebega o tla tla sentle le rona re tla go rapella gore o tswelle o nna artist o nne MC ya motia go nna hela jana re leboge bone ba events lab le ntse le utlwa ba ikgolega gore nya ba tlo go dira sele se re tla be re ntse re lebeletse gore a mmetse ba di itseng gompieno ba di re bolelela a ba tla ba di diragatsa ya a ba tla ba di diragatsa jaaka ga ba di buile mme le ga go ntse jalo ra leboga gore mme gone landscape ya di BOMU Awards e changile ya nna le touching na international touch since ba tsena ba tla go thusa BOMU go dira di awards tsa go nna jana re lebogela seo thata re Seabelo Modibe le ba bereka le bone ra go tswelweng hela jalo re le se go ngaula thata re le di artist re rata go lla re letse ruri e ka re bana ba bane ba bolwa ke sehuba sa monganganyego ha re gola ne gona le sehuba sa monganganyego bana ba teng bane ba letse ruri kgante le ga itse ra ngwana o ntse wa lanto wa gotlola mo rena le se go hatse
Thank you for the closing remarks. They were wonderful, joyful, and also insightful from where these gentlemen have started and ladies. These are our grandfathers. They are the grandfathers for the industry. We respect you, and we hope to continue your legacy and to keep the torch up and bright. Towards the media, there's a section that was towards you guys. We are going to kindly ask you guys to have a one-on-one just with Phemelo Modibe to question him on the way forward, what the event may bring, and the hints that is going to happen on the one-on-one so that, you guys can go back home well in time. I wanted to thank everybody, the artists who made sure to come through here and make a full house. May you please have a round of applause for our artists. Thank you to our stakeholders. Thank you to the sound and stage team for the beautiful sound and the stage. Thank you so much, guys. Thank Thank you. And thank you to myself. Thanks, guys. I'm just kidding. Yes, there'll be refreshments, but they haven't yet come. So the refreshments haven't yet come. I will announce soon when the food and refreshments will come, but they haven't yet come. So may we please use this as a networking session. Thank you so much. We are going to call you for the nominations very soon. And it will be bigger, better, and please drive safely home.
Prismatic music.
O bata ke tlogela, o bata ke salela, o bata ke tshegelanye, o bata ke polelanye, batho sincere. Ngita ke go lebala, sincere, sincere. Hangita ke go lebala, sincere, sincere. Hangita ke go lebala, sincere, sincere. Vale la mahela, rula o kile rulame, ka se ke go dira ngane gore yo go pagane. Ka lepelesa se ka skile ke go lebala, sepelente yelo ma kampa se nete ba non tsoselela. Satana ska ba diste ba peng di petse.